All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is Chewing the Fat Podcast Show. It's Wednesday night, so we're kicking it off. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk. We're going to hit some heavy topics, some light topics, some silly ones, big ones, all those in between. And tonight I have my co-host. This guy is DT, and a special
Hello.
guest, Sparky.
Hey guys,
What's
Welcome.
up?
thanks.
Sparky, thank you for being on. This is his
Yeah,
first
thank you for
podcast
having me.
ever, and I'm
Right.
honored that it's mine because I'm sure he could have been on a couple others between now. So right off the rip, so Dave can hear the story. How'd you get the name Sparky?
Just a 12-year-old playing around with matches and gasoline with a bunch of friends from school. We'd go out in the woods, make model airplanes and cars and go burn them up and, have like little green army wars and like throw little fireballs at them and stuff like that. So I was a little obsessed with fire. So when I would come home from school, I was usually all alone until my parents got home at like 5:30 or so. So I had some time to hang out, and I would mess around with matches and gasoline in my garage, in my parents' garage. Pour the gasoline on the ground, light it up, and watch it, get going. And I guess one time I put too much gasoline on the ground, and it lit up and went back into the tank, and the tank kind of blew up. And thank God I didn't get injured or anything, but I tried to put it out, and that didn't work, and it basically just rolled right up on the wall, and it took out all my parents' storage. So
Oh man,
yeah, so the house didn't burn down to the ground, but the contents was destroyed. So hence I got the nickname Sparky from people.
starting fires.
Huh?
From starting fires.
Yeah, right. Yeah, basically. So yeah.
There's another more recent maybe reason why your nickname is Sparky. When you were on, I think you told me, maybe I'm wrong. You were kite surfing and almost got struck by lightning.
Oh yeah. True. Yeah, that was
like
a while back though. Long while back. Probably like 10 years back.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah.
But that's another one almost got struck by lightning.
I put the kite down right away.
I would too. So tonight's topic is like unity. Will we ever unite as a people, or what would it take for us to unite as a people to get through the muck of red versus blue, all that stuff, and finally, like, this is enough. Like, they've done enough to us, or whatever. What would get us to unite? And I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now where I don't know. I just told Dave before the show. Maybe Rob, have you heard of the Belfast stabbing, the attack?
Yeah,
I think It was the guy was trying to allegedly decapitate him in the street.
Yeah.
And now there's all these riot stuff. So
yeah,
I went on the bottom.
Was this like
It was I have an article here.
like a police officer, or
No, it was like, I don't remember what they called him.
so it was like an attack?
Yeah,
Yes.
like, I'm gonna show my screen here. Nope, that's not the right one. There we go. So this is new. Yeah, they're rioting right now
right.
in Belfast. That a knife attack. Hattie Anno did 30, charged with attempted murder and possession of a knife after Monday night attack. Asylum seeker accused of blinding a Belfast man in one eye during a stabbing attack appeared in court. Wednesday as the anti-immigrant unrest spreads across Northern Ireland,
Mm.
and they're not
Now
going
he was a Somalian, correct?
to. That's what they said off the rip, and then they discovered who he is, and he's a man from Sudanese.
Damn.
Yeah,
A
he's
man from Sudan.
from Sudan, and I I was looking for the image because it's striking. Like it's like holy crap. So he's like straddling the guy's like neck, and I just can't find it. Well,
They say
they're
it's
not.
on X, but I don't have X.
Oh, it's on X. All right, let me check out X, and it's like, and I at this show at no way, shape, or form is going to condone violence. Like I'm talking about like just what is going to do for enough for us to stop playing the game and just like I said would be great, and a big sign of just everybody walked to whatever their Sarasota City Hall, whatever their closest city hall is, or their local government, and just stand outside it and do that everywhere across the country, and like as a sign of like we're done, like we're not going to work no more, like. And I said it last week, like there was like a Frenchman talking to an American. He's like, "You guys plan your protests? We just go there and show up and don't leave until it changes." Like,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but how do you get a coordinated effort through the whole U.S.?
I get the internet, but how
Yeah.
they would shut it down. They would, they allegedly throttle certain channels that. Oh man, here we go. I've never seen this. This is on X. And let's see. Let me expand this open here. This is it here. This is the little bit of a. I'm not going to show them a lot, but this is it here.
No, he's not.
So there's the image, and we'll take that down. So that's how he had him.
The guy's
Which
already
is in the
believing.
middle of a street. Yeah. So, and I'm gonna so he's straddling him and he's stabbing him in the face and neck.
Was there like what
it.
happened leading up to this? I don't understand any.
Yeah,
of
that's.
that.
I want to know what happened leading up to it.
An asylum
I wanna
seeker
know-
comes to Belfast and then starts that.
And I read an article earlier, and I
How-
should have saved it.
How
That he traveled. Belfast is Northern Ireland is his last, like his most recent stop. He started like in the UK, then bounced somewhere else, or he started in like Sweden, UK. Now he's in Northern Ireland.
how long since he got to Belfast did this like occurrence happen? I guess I don't. How long was he in there, and then this happened?
Well, he entered the UK in 2023 and held refuge status with leave to remain until 2028.
No, I'm saying when he got to Belfast and this happened.
Yeah, how long?
This-
how
this
long he's been in
occurrence and yeah.
Belfast before the attack?
Yeah,
Like, but my question, and like we said, we don't know what's leading up to this fight. Was it, because I've seen videos on Instagram of immigrants, or I don't, immigrants harassing people or in one of them, I think it was in Ireland as well. The immigrant just dropped his drawers in the middle of a subway and was like yelling like, fuck off, get out of here. And he's like he's allowed to do that. And then there was a bunch of people that like kicked him off the train.
I'm not going to say like
Oh.
what's right or what's wrong, but I do know that Europe was really into this mode of, open door policy, and you can, come here
Yeah.
and
Have asylum.
It went the other way. The idea of it was really
They
good.
invited the third world country into the country.
Yeah.
For sure. Good evening, Greg. Good evening, buddy.
What's up, Greg?
Glory. He's He
Gregory.
is back home from his service, but he's got a whole thing he's got to do, so he'll be on the next one.
I read
Which,
his at handle. I meant to say Gregory.
yeah,
Gregory.
right? Gregory. And speaking of that, our next show, we're going to move to Tuesdays because of, work schedules, stuff like that. So it'll be same time, same places, just Tuesday evening. And while we're at it, like, subscribe, and share the channel. It helps it grow. Comment in.
Hit the button.
It helps the algorithm.
Like it.
We have a sponsor, especially for Unity, my Patriot Supply. Use the link that's in the description of the show. Get some good deals on there, some preparedness. And we have Dubby. So when you're getting prepared, you're going to run out of energy. You need to get some energy. Get Dubby. Use promo code CHEWING. And you get 10% off of that. So that's out of the way. But Tuesdays now, because our schedules work, that my schedule doesn't change, but we adjusted a little bit for Dave. Now we're adjusting a little bit for Gregory. So it's all good. And
my schedule changes.
Yeah, you get 3 days. You work 3 days, 45 days off.
Damn.
Something. No, he'll do like 2 or 3 days, and they'll have 14 days off.
No, it's now I'm on an 8-day stretch off now.
8 days off straight.
8 days off. Yeah. So
Gregory, thank you, Sparky, for tagging in. It's his first podcast. I'm excited.
Thank you, Gregory.
I'm excited. I'm honored to be it. And speaking of when we were talking about Belfast in the UK, there was another one, and I'm surprised there's not riots in UK. That one that I can't remember his name. He was attacked by somebody, and then the officers arrested him because he was attacked by a migrant.
Yeah, and that was the migrant that was holding the spiritual sword, right, or some kind of religious.
Yes,
sword.
it was like a something specific to his culture.
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, okay.
Something like that. It was a college.
Yeah,
student.
and then I forget the kid's name, but the cops handcuffed the kid that was stabbed, and he was like, I can't breathe. And they're like, oh, you're okay. And you didn't get stabbed. And
I'm stabbed.
He was bleeding out.
Oh, right? Did you now? Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I wish I knew his name.
Yeah, I forget. He was like 18 years old.
Now it's all.
Do you think it could have been a man from Japan?
A man from Japan.
Well, because you said it was a man from Sudan. So I was just trying to come up with another one.
It could be.
Here's a question. We talk about immigrants. Are we talking, what kind of, are third world country immigrants, or what are we talking? Are we talking, like, we say immigrants, but are they Muslims?
Right.
That's true. We don't.
Or are they, they're military age men that are coming across our borders. They were coming across our borders, coming across their borders, and they're really inviting the third world into their country.
Yeah, for sure.
And they were doing it well before we were.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, they're not reporting this. National media is not going to talk about these stories about what's going on over there. And so, like, it's funny that, we want to welcome, this. I understand the idea, but like when you do this where there's no due process or anything like that, you're going to let them just do as they please. Like, how do you earn your I don't want to say citizenship, but how do you earn your asylum? You're just welcomed here, and you can commit crimes as you wish, and this is okay, and it's accepted.
And they actually protect you. It's not that you just get away with it.
Right.
They persecute the other guys.
Right.
Yes.
So here it is, the case of the UK teen. Yeah. Does this give me sound? Get a little
Look
sound
at his
here.
hand. His hand is like pale white.
White.
Like he's literally bleeding out right in front of him.
And Sparky also, he works in the hospital, so he knows like some certain, he's seen stuff,
Yeah, for
so he
sure.
knows. Yeah, it's white. It's like Dracula's hand there because
Yeah.
it's just no blood.
Where'd you go?
Uh-oh.
I think we just lost Captain.
Oh no.
So he was just showing us the graphic about that kid. But yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I haven't heard anything of the Belfast in this, but I did hear about the, their open borders, and they're really big on all of that. But, you don't, I don't understand the whole, let's just do this with no plan or, no warning to their citizens. I heard homelessness was like ramped up to like an all-time high. There's places over there that are like if you're touring and, you're there visiting a historical site or whatever, it's like not what it used to be. People scared just because of it's completely different now.
Yeah, to go out and live, and just to go out and be normal. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Afraid of that in your community.
And over there, God bless them. I don't know how life is compared to, the life I've had.
Oh, there you go. That's very switched area.
Now we just mixed it around. I don't know. It just restarted.
Weird.
Like the video went up. This video went up. My video went down.
Yeah.
But it just started playing here. Let's show it. Associated Press here.
The fatal stabbing of a British teenager who was handcuffed by police while his killer stood nearby has sparked debate about policing, race, and knife crime. The killing of 18-year-old Henry Novak happened in December, but the story has received renewed attention after the killer was sentenced to life with a minimum of 21 years in prison.
It's a lifeless hand.
Yeah. It has some kind of bracelet on it. Like, not the handcuff.
Oh.
It has some kind of bracelet on it. Like, and I saw a video. He says, I've been stabbed. Oh, have you, mate? Where? And they're like,
you're okay. Shake it off.
Yeah. Like I guess that's really discerning to me, is that you have this bloke, as they would say in the UK, that's just a working stiff like us, that is so like brainwashed to just do what they're told, despite this is another human being.
Yeah.
Everyone involved is a human being, but this, like, he's saying something to you, and you're not even, you can't even listen to it because your programming doesn't allow you. You're only allowed to respond to X amount of things because that's all you were conditioned to do. Like they're a jump on how high kind of people. Like
they react.
They say, make sure that you're not racist, that you don't look like you're doing this. Don't automatically assume it's that person, even if you have witnesses saying it was that person. Make sure that you don't do, like, that's the last, ditch effort, is you blame that person after there's tremendous evidence, when really you have 10 eyewitnesses.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you follow the Anthony case and that the two.
Oh yes.
It's this. They had a bunch of eyewitnesses, and it's insane what happened over there. And here they're trying to protect the criminal here. Like, it's insane to me.
Yeah.
The kid pushed him. There was a little confrontation. So you stab him.
Yeah. Like, where's where's the use of force continuum? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he gets pushed, so I stab him. Like, where's the the shell? Match force with force. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Carmelo Anthony. He was sentenced to 35 years.
Mm.
But like you said, there was tons of people that saw it, and now there's people right now protesting the verdict, or like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a full blown protest, but
Not yet.
not, mostly friendly, mostly peaceful. Right now, it
Yeah.
is a peaceful one. They're just, yelling and hollering.
Right.
They're upset. And, for
We've
his
seen
family,
this
sure.
We've seen this play out a little bit with the, what happened back in the George Floyd time.
Yeah. It's a different, I think we look so much at the pieces, like it's all division. It's all divisive things. Like, instead of looking at the principle of the matter, this person was shoved and then stabbed this person. Because the race is involved, we get muddled up where we're not like, and same with in the UK, it's the same.
Right.
We're not looking at things objectively. We're looking at everything subjectively. We're looking at it from this lens, that lens,
And a racial
instead of
lens.
looking at the facts. But that's what they want. They want that.
One human being killed another human being. Like, we're all human beings.
Yeah.
I work with black people. I work with yellow. I work with a bunch of people. We all get along. I mean, like at the beginning of the show, how do you unite everybody to turn against the government?
Yeah. And
We
had
that's the whole thing, is division, division, and division. If you divide, and they're dividing and conquering us.
Yeah.
But the thing is like there hasn't been anything in place to show that we actually have, this power, power to the people, and that we actually matter. There hasn't been like a renowned individual to, kind of curtail that little or educate, people on the fact that, the reason why we are thriving the way we are is because we vote and we have our rights protected, and we have things over here that no other nation does. And these are the things that protect us, but they also are the things that apparently they want to take away from us. There's got to be unity somewhere. I think it starts, you're right. You do anything on the internet, they're going to strike you and take it down. They don't want you to come together, but it starts, somebody has to have a voice, and somebody has to go out somewhere and stand there and start drawing attention, and getting a following that way. And you can shut me down, you can stop me from talking, but that's also against the law too.
Yeah.
I could stand on a public sidewalk and speak how I want freely to get information to people why we should do that, and why we should, bond. This is more. This is not more for like right now. This is more for like the generation next, the futures. Because if they're starting this stuff now, this is exactly what their plan is. This has been a part of it the whole time. There's no proof on that other side where people say this is what they've been doing. So when you stand there and you say, well, why would we need an uprising? Where's the proof to say that they've been trying to do this and their efforts are futile against us? We don't have something that's there solid that you believe. If you're brainwashed and you believe every piece of media that comes out, then certainly you can listen to me, a stranger, and kind of give you some eye-opening things.
Yeah.
That is the weird thing. You've made me think of a weird thing. We trust these people. They're complete strangers to us. Complete strangers. And we trust them with so much of our life and how we operate our life. And they're just like you and us three right now. We're talking heads on a screen.
Right.
And we're like, oh yeah, that's for sure.
Right.
like your buddy that you lived with 20 years, you knew 20 years, told you something. You're like, oh, really, man? Like Gregory says JFK was probably the last two, and the end of that story. Yeah. Like I'm going to try something here, just an experiment. We have our greatest ally that we have them in our politics, and it's in the daylight. Everybody could see it. Crickets. We have new wars, and crickets. Like again, like that. I think it's comical at this point. The war's on. The war's off. We're making a deal. The strait's open. The strait's closed. Wait, we're back at war. It's funny now.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but it's not what it should be. And then
talking about the strait, everything like that, the war on and off. We have seen some a little decrease in the gas prices. What about you?
No, it's like over $4 a gallon over here.
$4 a gallon.
Yeah.
I've seen
I think
362.
Oh, it went down.
Yeah.
Last I checked, well, I shared it on the Facebook, the podcast channel on Facebook. Zach Faust had a thing that he has a show on right now, I think, talking about the inflation rate report just came out, and that they said one of the Exxon ex-CEO or something like that said that we could see $160 a barrel. And that's what he said. He's like, if apples go up, they don't make eggs go up. If eggs go up, they don't make clothes go up, but fuel makes everything go up.
Yeah, for sure.
So Greg said not funny, but laughable. Yeah, it's laughable.
Yeah.
And then
it would destroy everybody. Like if that $160 a barrel, what is it now? Sitting at 100?
Let's see. See where we're at here. It's approximately $94 to $95.
A gallon. Or a barrel.
Yeah, a barrel.
Yeah.
So yeah, 160.
What was the prediction for 160? When is that supposed to?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, Dave. I have failed you.
We talked about that already, though. Me and you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what my dad said. He's like, why does our oil have to go up? Like make our biggest allies' fuel costs go up. Why do we have to do it?
Well, here's the other part too.
Yeah.
What was
Didn't
that?
we just go into Venezuela and take all their oil?
I was just going to say that. What about all those? What about all that oil from there?
Yeah.
Funny that you're going to claim that we need 160 a barrel, but we have all this reserves. So what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard, I can't remember who I was talking to, that they were sneaking. It was somebody at work that they snuck like 22 ships out. Supposedly, the U.S. snuck ships out of the strait, so we got like 1 million barrels coming or something like that, too. But I see we have like 15-second attention spans. Nobody talks about Venezuela anymore. Where's Ukraine? Which actually there was just Ukraine was just in the news recently that they Russia attacked. I think Russia or Ukraine attacked. They attacked one another.
Yeah.
Recently,
And
so they're back in it.
You don't even hear Epstein files anymore.
No,
hot topic back in the day. Where's that?
Yeah. It's gone. And they got they got Massey out. He was a big advocate for more and unredacted. So,
did you hear what he spoke on the floor about?
Yes, the USS Liberty.
Yeah, 59-year attack on the Liberty there, which was kind of similar to what the mission that they just did. And he kind of like did that whole I guess we're tied back into the recent attack on the helicopter that went down.
The one just recently, like
Yeah.
yesterday or this week.
Mm-hmm.
They shot down. Iran shot down one of our Apache helicopters. I think that's what it was, a Apache helicopter.
Yeah.
And they had to rescue him. But yeah, it's so wild.
And like I said, I think I said this a couple of shows ago, but it's like they push out all this information all at once, so that there's so much that you have to go through that you're behind. When the reality is like whatever is going on now, we're behind on where they're at when they're operating.
Yeah, you put your nose to the grindstone trying to figure out what's going on, and when you pick up your head, they have already done what they want to do.
Exactly.
And you're like, you've missed it. And
I was thinking about this too, but like more on the consumer based habits. Obviously, the younger generation probably wouldn't do this unless there was a valid reason. But everybody at, I don't know, I can't even imagine what age, but yeah, that's better.
There you go.
Yeah.
Everybody just detaches themselves from social media, from everything. You delete all your accounts, everything. The only thing you have is email. And they can't run any advertising. You want to start somewhere. It's hard to get a bunch of people to go down and stand hand in hand. It's not like how it used to be. There's people that are single, that are raising families, that need to go work and need all that, but also understand what we're talking about. But like I was thinking about, like, what if we did some social disruption to the algorithm itself, to where we pull back from how they advertise and how they put their consumer-based financing right in front of us.
Yeah, the ads are getting out of hand on those social medias.
I pay for no ads on this one app when I originally had it. I don't remember which one it was, and now there's ads. And then underneath it, as the ad's going, it said click here, and I clicked it, and a little thing popped up as this ad's going for like a Nissan Rogue, and it's like for ad-free programming for $4.99 more. I'm like, no, I already paid for this already. I already paid ad-free.
Prime Video did that.
Me again. Yeah. Prime started doing it. I think Peacock started doing it if you have the free version.
Yeah. It's just, Laura hates ads. I do it. I like to get into the nostalgia, I guess, where I run and do something real quick and go back before the show's back on.
Right.
That's funny.
But yeah, the ads are on social media. They're out of control.
Yeah, big time. And then, I mean, obviously that's a big push. There's a reason for that too. We don't have a playbook to understand what they're talking about or how they're operating.
I mean, we sort of
disrupting it. But disrupting it is something that, is always a possibility. You can't just say you're not going to go to work or you're not going to buy gas. If we did that for a whole week and not bought gas, this whole world and economy would have collapsed.
Yeah.
But that takes a lot of manpower and a lot of people to say that they're not going to do that for a week.
So
we got us all pinned down with bills.
Start with the latest technology that they gave us. They're trying to connect us for a reason through digital technology and software programming. Why not pull back from it?
That's not a bad idea. I think that people can get, you just have, people are sick of the social media too. Like I didn't have it before we started the podcast, I deleted all my social media off my phone. So I would have to use a tablet at home or a computer. But there will still be people like, well, how am I going to connect with my friends? You text them, you call them on the phone.
Right.
You don't have to see a picture of their deli sandwich this afternoon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't need to know what they ate for lunch. Call them on the phone. They'll tell you. And then you just ask, was it good? No, it wasn't. I'm not going back there. You're like, there you go. It doesn't have to be online. We did that old school. Our parents. I know my mom liked to talk on the phone and gab, and that's what they did. That
Yeah,
was
for
the
sure.
social media,
That was the social media.
you know,
Watching
or
watching TV and talking on the phone.
yeah. And now, well, you know what? I caught ourselves doing it. That both Laura and I were on our cell phones, and we had the TV going. I was like, "What is
Yeah.
going on?" I put my cell phone down. I'm like, "What am I doing?" I'm watching TV. Put the phone down. Like,
Yeah,
you know, if I'm
Yeah.
playing on my phone, I'm gonna pause the TV. But it's like it was like, you know, and that's they get you sucked into it. I wanted to take some time and just stop watching TV shows and start just reading books because you read for an hour. It's you're that's like an episode of a show,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
and it's
Yeah.
making your brain work. But there would still be people. Yeah, that's a good one though. That's a good one that doesn't have any kind of negative effect. Like where you, like you said, you don't go to work. You don't go get gas for a week. You don't go to work. That's bills. They got you, like Robbie said, they got you pinned down with bills. So like we can't go, or it's not that we can't. I think that oh no, look at this. He made it in.
Whoa.
I figured I had to jump in here. I was listening.
There he is, Greg Gorey.
Success.
Greg
Success.
is alive, Gory.
Yeah, because proof of life. You guys don't know what happened to me. Maybe I'm not here.
Yeah, proof of life.
Proof
Well,
of life.
maybe what we
Like
said.
my shirt. Nice shirt.
Yeah.
In the middle of making some salmon for the wifey.
Nice.
Ooh.
We had salmon the other day. It was like in Public, the pre-made, you know, the meals for one. They had like salmon and like potatoes. Yeah. But it was good. It was like a meal for one. We got two of them because there's two of us, obviously, and just popped them in the oven and we're good.
And you know,
But-
another reason is DT saw me pre-show with the shirt on. And it's my evening shirt. He goes, "Oh, you should have had that shirt on." Well, here you go, Dave. Buddy, for you. Yeah, you were talking about what were you just talking about? The last thing.
Talking about getting rid. Dave brought up like what's a good way we can unite is getting just everybody delete their social media account.
Yeah,
That would send a message.
That's why I felt I have to chime in because, like, I have been so much happier turning off my notifications. I have them, and I can go look when I feel like looking. The only ones I have on are the ones I want people, you know, I want to be connected to, and that is Wild Hogs. By the way, he just did it. William H. Macy, Wild Hogs.
What?
The glasses.
Oh, the clipping.
What is it now?
Wild Hogs. That's awesome. I'm a movie buff, by the way, Sparky. So,
Okay.
yeah, I turned off the notifications like inadvertently because I was busy doing military stuff, and I'm like, this is stopping me like way too much. And then I just didn't turn them back on. And so somebody will be like, "Did you see that? I tagged you or whatever." I'm like, no. Like, share it to me right now. Tell me. I'm right here in your face. Like, that's
Right.
so more of a moment. And, okay. And then you share a intimate moment with somebody that you care about or you know, want to hear from. And they're happy to tell you live instead of some text on a keyboard or a heart, a thumbs up, you know, quickly, I'm busy, I just thumbs up. You got more to say, but thumbs up because I got to go. So I think that's a grand idea. Just turn off your notifications. That's my suggestion.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. No, you got it.
Just a friend at work talking about turning off notifications. There's a product out there, I guess, on Amazon, and I checked it out. It's called the Brick. Has anybody heard of it?
It sounds
It's like
familiar.
a birthday cake.
It's like a little puck thing, and it's an app on your phone where you can brick your apps and stuff like that, like Instagram or Facebook, or I guess you could turn off the notifications on your phone. You don't technically need that brick to buy, but you can brick your app.
If you need that extra help, then use it. Yeah. It's like your phone a paperweight. It's a brick. That's the idea. Yeah, I have heard of it, and I'm okay with it. If that's what you need to help you move on,
get out of the machine,
or reconnect to the life force that's out there of people, then do that. That's way better.
Yeah,
way better.
Yeah.
I think we share too much of that information about what we do in our day to day to whoever we talk to, and they have access to all of that, which is the reason why I would say taking that down, disconnecting from all of that, and not associating with social media directly. If I want to, like he said, if I want to talk to you in person, oh, hey, you didn't say you were coming by. No, I know. I
was in the neighborhood.
I figured I stopped by, and then now I can share this information via person to person, not over through an accordance where they have everything documented on every little thing. And of course, sure, they probably put something in the microwave 60 years ago and they've been listening ever since, but
yeah, damn it, I just microwaved something.
Well, now they know what you're having.
But like, that's the whole idea there, is like, getting connected person to person and interpersonalization again, and becoming man of the people or woman of the people, and connecting us through that. I think we've all lost a little bit of that. They're still there. There's elements of our personalities that are still there, but it isn't what it used to be. Togetherness isn't like a thing that is pushed on, like from the higher up, from a government down to your neighbor. It's now perpetuated. We have to go and figure this out and become better, I guess, at doing that.
Yeah. I think.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
We need to get back to the calling, talking to people and realizing it's not immediate. Do you remember this, Q? Oh, must be dinner.
Yeah.
Because people called it dinner, but you know who they were? Not anyone you wanted to talk to.
Yeah, because they know it's dinner time.
Didn't know that didn't, so the people you wanted to communicate with called you at a time because you had those face-to-face communications about when I'm available. Now they call you and then they leave an angry message. Well, I called you. Ah!
Why didn't you pick up?
Yeah. Where was your phone?
Right,
Where did you leave your phone? And yell at you about
we talked about that like there's a thing that everybody thinks that you're available 24/7 because you have a cell phone now.
Mm-hmm. And we need to get back to must be dinner.
Yeah.
We don't call people at dinner. We don't call people they're at work.
Yeah, it's not higher. Well, like I said, if I need an answer now, I'll call you. If it can wait, I'll shoot you a text, and it's whenever you get to it. I don't need the answer right now.
Exactly.
And then you text some friends that text you, or you text them and they never text you back. So
yeah,
right.
You're like, did you get my text?
No, I didn't see it. Which is, and I'm sure you guys all can recall a time, probably pretty recently, where you're over somebody's house or doing something and you all were just hanging out and nobody checked their phone. Like, it was like everybody was right there in the moment. Like, that was it. Like I was over a buddy's house and he does RC cars, and I'm gonna get one here in a couple weeks so we can race. But like, it was like four dudes that were racing RC cars, and like none of us checked our phone. Like, they were like all on a table and we're racing. And it was like a good hour that nobody picked up their phone.
Nice.
Like, I think maybe
for me when I'm mountain biking and Well, when I one wheel, I can look at my phone, and stuff like that. But when I'm
It's
when I'm
dangerous
mountain
for you
biking,
to do
or
that.
if I'm kite surfing, I'm out there. I can't check a phone.
Yeah.
It's a nice getaway.
Yeah, the other thing is, Q and I talked about this was, can you guys hear me okay? Like, it's
Yeah,
coming
I
in.
could turn up your
Yeah,
volume
you're
a little
good.
bit. Yeah.
Q and I talked about this with just forgetting your phone somewhere or forgetting to take it with you, and then you're freaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
down the road,
no.
and you're like, I should probably turn around. No, I'm just going to the store. And the other one is, like, say, mountain biking. What do you do when you get back? Immediately check your phone for any emergency, anything. What did I miss? And if you're
Yeah.
social media, but the big one that Q talked about was while watching a show that you're interested in, you just inadvert, like almost like a robot. You're like,
Yeah.
let me look at this. Wait, I'm missing.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. Like,
Yeah.
or any kind of, if it's like a good moment, sure, I'm not watching my phone, but like, okay, here's a scene of them riding horses across the lawn. I'm like, the phone, like,
Right.
it's,
I got
you know,
10 seconds of
let
this.
me get a quick
of
swipe
this
in.
live shot. Yeah.
I think that's a phenomenal idea, Dave, is this get some kind of campaign. Like maybe what you do is in your local neighborhood, like we'd have to start on the internet. Like, hey, we have to start because you have to get it out.
You got to mail out mail,
Well, that's
put
what I was
mail
saying.
on
Like,
it and mail it out.
actually go print out and just staple it to telephone poles. Like, delete your social media. It's rotting your soul. Like, it's
at the
taking
top,
your soul.
At the top, it says "missing person." Just kidding. Keep reading because they won't
or
look
something.
otherwise.
Right.
Yeah. Or something like missing you from right now. Delete social media.
Yeah.
From the world.
You know?
We miss you.
No, I like that one. It's like short.
Yeah, there you go.
Short and to the point.
You.
Missing you right now from the world. Turn off social media.
Yeah.
We love you.
Delete social media. Yeah. It is like, it's like, and we're programmed to do it, but that's a great
phone real quick.
Well, with social media, everybody becomes a keyboard
warrior, keyboard expert.
Yeah.
Everybody's an expert.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing now. That's what happens. You desensitize the interaction on someone who's an adversary because they different from your opinion, and then when I see you in person, it's like I have to invoke anger and I have to invoke physicality and I have to do something. I can't just listen to why you're different than what I am saying. I have to be like this because social media put that stamp on it where it's like I could sit behind the screen and say whatever I want to you. You're not going to do anything to me. Ha 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 ha. And now it's like invoking that. Whereas like before, it's like, yeah, there's a line of respect and there's a line of like, things that person to person are accepted to talk about. And there used to be a time where you would disagree, I would disagree, and you would be at the adverse of somebody, but you would be able to have that conversation all the way through.
Like you and I have gotten so many arguments, heated debates, and okay, whatever, and then we
walk off and then come back and be like, okay, so this is what I was trying to say. I know, and this is what I was trying to say, and it's like, bam, we're there, and we're close friends.
Yeah. So what's going on in the world? And you used the word invoke, so that's what made me think of it. Is like they have all this stuff they're doing, Big Brother, Big E, the Big I, all the vowels,
And I buy a vowel.
Yeah. They're doing it like in our face, in broad daylight. Like what do you think they like? And we're like, but I guess it's the devices that are in place for division that we just don't see it. But there has to be something that is going to be like, all right, we're done. Like, it's, I don't know how much they can do that people don't react to. Like, I mean, and I guess it's not so much a uniting. I guess it's more like seeing each other as humans. And I was talking to Will earlier today about uh, a future show, and he with like NASA, he wants to do a show on flat Earth versus, and I think it's a great idea. So we're gonna do one here in a couple weeks. But like with science, science has made you like it's removed God out of the equation, and it's all science, and you're insignificant, and you're just a clump of cells. And I think we have to get back to being like children of God, or that we are profound. We're human beings, and when we see each other as human beings, because that's the way the world goes. The food prices get higher, riots, etc. We've all seen the dystopian movies. So when that happens, it's going to be a dog eat dog, or I'm not helping anybody. I need for me. But if like, and Pete Holmes says it, if I can see that's me, that flight attendant's just, that's a different me. You know, if
I love that.
if we can look at, like, we got to get to that before we unite. I think before we even because we're so mine, yours, red, blue, green, red, blue.
Black, white.
Yeah. Black, white.
Especially today.
Yeah. So
Black, white thing.
And there has been, this is actually like a couple years ago, there has been a big push to people going to faith and learning about God. And like, just Will bought his first Bible. Like,
Yeah.
like it's getting, and he was, he's not very he was never a religious person or a spiritual person, but there's so much out there. There's so much evil we're seeing that it's like, I'm not that, so there must be something else. Like, and I started on social media following more like faith in humanity pages and stuff like that, because it shows where people are still good, and we need more of that. But they're pumping out what they want. They want control. They want division. Yeah. I have a little clip.
It's like the certain values that once I believe there were that I grew up on, that I was, I guess, instituted from my parents, of like the right and the wrong, and knowing that throughout your timeline as you grow, the right and wrong is now changed, and those values are being like like you can't, it's that, but it's in all of this other stuff now too. It's not just what's right and what's wrong. It's like, okay, so why does it have to be right or wrong?
Yeah.
Why?
Why can't I just murder people in the street?
Why are your values better than my values? I'm just saying, as a human, what is right and what's wrong. You know what's right. You know what's wrong. You know how to treat people. It's clear as day. That doesn't have to be taught or whatever. It has to be taught at a young age. You know what's right and what's wrong. Yeah. You know how to get in trouble and how not to get in trouble.
Yeah, they teach at the young age, and they grow up with it. And
sorry, I was trying to share this picture, but I can't. So
no, you can
on the phone, so it's all messed up.
Share it to me, and I can share it to his email.
Yeah, or email me it.
Or email to him. That usually works.
Yeah. Oh, he's gone. He's like, no.
I'm here.
He's
there. He's just, he's using his phone.
Yeah, the unflattering angle of up my nose or whatever.
Oh. Well, there's four of us, so let's take a vote. Do you think that we will unite under one banner in our lifetimes?
No.
I'm going to say no.
hope's got to reside somewhere. So I'm going to say yeah.
All right.
I think there's still people out there that haven't used their or found what their what their purpose is yet, and they might have been 9 to 5, or they might have been doing something, and they might have been an athlete, they might have been an academical scholar. They put all their life into this, but then they don't know what their purpose is. And I think there's people out there that are finding out what their purpose is as our life keeps going the way it is. I think there's hope still, for sure. I do believe it. And, as long as I can hang on to that little bit, and whatever, if our demise is our demise, and that's what happens. If I can still go on, hey, the Cleveland Browns, there's people that think they're going to win a Super Bowl, and they have hope there. Why can't I not have hope that we're going to unite?
That's very true.
So that's where I'm at on that.
That reference, Cleveland Browns have never won a Super Bowl? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
They've won championships.
Okay.
But that was before the integration of the NFC and AFC and the Super Bowl era. But since then, there's still quite a bit of teams that haven't won Super Bowl. But that's the idea there, is that these fans still have hope. The organization has hope.
After
Right.
50 years,
It's a good comparison to cling on to.
Sure. Why not?
This is the picture Greg sent me. This is the dinner he prepared for his wife. Salmon,
Very nice.
Ooh.
mixed carrots, potatoes.
Love it.
Looks amazing.
It's the exact same thing that we're trying not to do.
What? Oh yeah, share food.
And then Keanu made
Ooh.
pizza with sausage, egg, or not egg, sausage, cheese. It was like a 4-cheese pizza, added sausage and Mexican cheese on top to lock the sausage in so you could see.
Ooh, very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. I'm gonna have a taco when I'm done with this. Probably soft taco or maybe a burrito when I'm finished.
I'm a
White
country guy.
people taco night.
Yeah, taco.
White people taco night.
Greg, where do you think? You think we're gonna unite, or you think? I guess in our lifetime.
Not. I say, in our lifetime, no. But I say, it won't be voluntarily when we do.
Oh, so we'd be like forced to unite,
Mm-hmm.
or forced to unite or perish, kind of.
Yeah, yep. I think that's how it goes far off into the future.
That's why I said that far. I guess you could say far out into the future. I guess, like we were talking, like it's going to branch into two societies. Pretty much, you're going to have the agrarian society, the gardeners, the hunters, the not the technocrats, and then you on the other side you have the technocrats, the 15-minute city, the digital ID, everything. They'll have to do no work for themselves ever, but they're in a cage or an aquarium, a terrarium.
What if in the Bible it predicted this as the meek shall inherit the earth, meaning those that can survive off the land without all that stuff, they're the ones. That's the
That
meek.
will inherit the
And
earth.
the rest that you just said is they're sheep right in line. I go, I have my amount of money that I'm allowed. I live in this construct, but those that go against it, and I'll say it, the pops of the world go, no, I got it. I'm good. Carry on. I don't need it.
You do your thing over there. I don't need it. Yeah.
I don't need
That's
I really
an
don't
interesting
need it.
perspective. That's
I
definitely
just
interesting.
thought what you were saying.
And that's you can go biblical too with the other society. You'll have to have a mark, or you'll because they're already talking about, like, that somebody was just talking about Amazon. You scan your hand. Now it's more things. You scan your hand, and that's going to be your identifier. I wonder if it's the right hand.
Now,
It has to be your right hand.
don't they
you guys-
microchip people in China?
China?
I think so.
You got to say it like
Oh,
Donald
yeah.
Trump.
China.
China.
Is that
China.
okay?
I don't know if they chip people in China, but they do have the digital ID, super surveillance, all that
Facial
stuff.
recognition.
I think they do
Yep.
chip over there.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe. I mean, we can ask Google.
I'll have to Google that.
I was gonna
They
pull.
chip, they
You should Google
pretzel,
lenses.
they chip, they pretzel, peanuts. They all have all little hand snacks too. They're
Yeah,
kind of-
they're a very hand snack country.
Yes. That's funny.
That is funny.
So, you, I'm sorry, we're gonna miss you tomorrow.
Oh yeah. No, according to this, they do not implant.
They don't.
According to Google, they're not going to tell us right out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn my camera off. I gotta go put my windows up in the car.
I used to say that too.
Lightning.
You need to seek help. Says, I know it stinks in all your rooms. Yeah, it stinks good. Like, I have like some Hawaiian stuff with one of those mister things, so it does smell pretty good. Thank you for the comment. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you all.
Ooh, that's a big lightning.
Ooh, I know. I hope it's storming outside now. Are you scared, Dave?
I get scared.
Oh man, I do it still to this day when it thunders out. Hey man, my mom said I gotta go home and it starts thundering. Dave used to do that, or anytime anybody he'd like hear like a random honk, he's like, my mom's here, I gotta go. It's always a good one.
Yeah. It's better to do that when you're older, and then everyone just looks at you like, what?
What? Yeah, I gotta go, guys. I did it,
especially if you're at work.
Yeah, I do it at work too. It never gets old for me. Is when somebody walks up, like, here they are. Oh, hey, what's up, bud? I love doing it. It never gets old.
Yes.
Back. It just never gets old for me. But yeah, that's it's a strange world, you know. It is a very strange world. And then I think of I think of Fahrenheit 451. Like he runs from the hound and all that stuff, and he wants to read books, and then he ends up is sitting on railroad tracks, like eating soup with people and talking about all kinds of stuff, like completely like detached from that technocratic world that Fahrenheit 451, they had walls that were screens, and they would just watch their shows, and the lady would get distracted, and that's what she would do, and she'd be in there for hours. And you know, it's like the society that he was happy with, that he survived with, was, and he actually did survive, because I think at the end, spoiler if you haven't read it, I think they blow up the city and they're outside of it. So he survives because he went out of it.
I just thought of something, because you were talking about there in the book where the lady, she's standing there watching the screen, distracted.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking of something like, what if there's a big boom right now going with software and the technology industry of AI and how it's being used, and the curtail the next wave of technology. But what if we don't accept it? What if we don't buy it? What if the consumer doesn't want that type of technology? I mean, I get it. They've already had the Alexa. You know, the Alexa's been around. That's an invasive piece of AI software that was at like its, I don't know, birth, I guess you can call it. it responds to you and answers questions and that. But what if like the new wave of technology, we don't consume it.
We don't go for it.
Right.
That could be I think
they're
there are more
they're overusing the AI software in too many different facets of our world to where we're like, yeah, I'm not buying that. The practicality comes out of it, I guess, if you know what I mean.
I can't hear you, Rob.
Sparky's no Sparky.
Sparky's not sparking.
Who's Rob?
I don't think we don't got you, Spark. No.
Clark W. Griswold. We don't have you.
Yeah. They
You got him laugh. I'm gonna let you guys go though. So, I just got soaked out there in the rain.
Oh, did you, Warren? Well, that's what Dave said. It's lightning. Well, hit us with a quick.
Let me go. Oh, let me go check the car because I left the windows down like that much. It was completely clear skies.
Oh yeah, they come in fast now. They got the machines up and running. Them weather manipulation. They got that fired up.
Yes, sir.
Yep, gotcha.
All right. So I was saying.
What were you saying?
If you got Gregory, have a good night. Nice to see you. Gregory.
Yeah. Thank you.
I started it. It's my fault.
Yeah. It is his fault. You tell the story. All right.
I called it out.
I love you guys.
Love you, brother.
Peace out.
Bye.
There you go. So, what were you saying, Rob?
The next wave is the robots. I mean, look at what they're doing with the robots. Like, they're going to have autonomous robots. They're going to put guns in their hands. And they won't be.
Yeah, that's going to be the police force.
That'll be
we've seen it.
Yeah.
We've seen it. Yeah, that's what we talked about the last show is like replicants. They're making people that look just like us or look like somebody. And, maybe they're doing field trials like the Jim Carrey. Like that was a big hot thing. Like maybe that was one of the replicants. And you're like, well, we got to work on that, and took it back to the shop and, critiqued it. We've seen iRobot, and I think maybe that will be because they already, Rob, I can't remember where I heard it, but Sparky, did you hear that like someplace you can choose? It was like a gallbladder procedure. You could choose a human or a robot.
A robot,
do it.
Really? That's
yeah.
crazy.
So, but I mean, that's another way that people can unite. Because I guess I'm thought of it as a traditional walk in the streets unite, but it could be united where a bunch of people don't go for the next AI, like there's like robots, like that's like how people will unite. Like,
I think what it is, instead of being force fed the technology, we need to create the demand for what the technology is needed for. Not so much as a need, but it's like something that we are desiring.
We want.
Yeah, it's exactly. So like it's curtailed to like that specific thing. Not so it's like we need this to survive or need this to further ourselves. It's like we need this kind of thing. Like for instance, I'd say bullshit to all AI until I get my damn hoverboard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I get a hoverboard, then I'll buy your stupid little whatever you want me to get. But until then, it's like what do we? Why do I need all that? I already have the AI in my phone. I already have the AI now that's almost in everything. I don't need the next wave of that.
I have an almost hoverboard.
Yeah.
The one wheel. Yeah.
The one wheels.
I'm trying to think. I saw a video where the guy had the one wheel and then he had another one wheel and he made it like
two wheels. Oh
no! It was like I can't think of it. I can't think of it right now.
It's like a bike, right? No,
I don't remember it. I don't know, but it was completely different.
There's two types of one wheel. There's two types of one wheels. There's the one wheel that's like a skateboard that Sparky has, and then there's another one wheel where you're just standing on top of the wheel.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Now they call that an electric unicycle.
Right.
An electric unicycle.
But that's not what I was talking about. The actual one wheel that's like a skateboard. I saw this video. This guy was using two of them for different reason. Like it was almost like a bodyboard, if you will. If that makes sense. I don't know. It was really different. He had it like,
or he made it a longboard.
Yeah, but he was like laying down.
Oh, interesting.
It was pretty cool.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. And I think that may be a way that we unite, is to get away from the tech. And get instead of them just shoving it down our throats, like you said, no, this is what we want. And that reminds me, I had to walk myself back. Pete Holmes talks about AI and stuff like that and technology. He's like, yeah, we're using it for the wrong reasons. Like, yeah. And his joke was like, AI can write me a book about Mike Tyson's ex-wives, but paint him in a good light. 5 seconds done. But you go to New York, you still have shit on the streets. You know, like literal shit. Like you're solving the wrong problems.
Yeah.
Right.
And solve the problems we want solved. But they're using it for control. The division and control.
Yep.
You know, like I don't know, man. It's just, I do like, some things are super convenient, the tech, but it's like silly stuff, like my phone, the pictures go, automatically to my laptop, like just little things like that are super convenient, but they do. It is that, I think that is going to be, Dave, I think nailed it on the head, it's going to be a push away from technology that is what's going to create the unity. It's going to be just a disconnecting.
I think it's going to be the great divide in the next century is going to be, you're either with us technology or you're against
the land.
it. Yeah, exactly. The great divide is upon us.
They're building. I guess maybe that they're building these data centers everywhere, and then these big solar fields. So they're eating up the land too. So there must be in the future a line that gets pushed, and they're pushing it now. Some of these towns are in their city hall protesting these data centers, and they're like, that's going in anyway.
I just
don't live here then.
Thought of something too that's kind of unique, and maybe this is what the agricultural people of the world start coming together. Maybe this is where it starts, is we don't come together and go to City Hall. We go to Silicon Valley, where they pump out all this tech, and we stand outside their doors, and we do, we invade their properties and do things like they can do it. If you have a right to take away water from my land, I have the right to stand here and not let you go to work. I have the right to do whatever it is to stop you from doing stuff that's literally illegal that you're letting happen.
Yeah.
And how do you side on that? Like, if you're a person of morals, you clock out of Silicon Valley, you go home to your wife and your children, you go to church, and you have you're led by faith, and then you go on and you pump this stuff out. It's like you're hypocritical to the very definition.
Yeah.
Like the sickening part of the world. How do you wake up and get to do that and say that you're okay, or you're bettering the world or your life or your I don't understand how and where in your mind you can be okay with that. But I thought of that. I'm like, what if we did that? What if we went to Silicon Valley and started there? Yeah. That's where big tech is. Everything gets pumped out of there.
I would love, this is what a hope for a politician, which really we shouldn't be looking. So this is weird anyway, but I digress.
Let's get weird.
I would love a politician that runs on not stupid taglines. Oh, I'm going to drain the swamp, but I'm going to get corporations out of the government. That's my one and number one goal in my presidency, is to do that. because if you do that, everything else kind of falls away. We don't have to worry about those problems because you don't have basically, and I don't even know how lobbying is legal. It's literally bribing politicians to vote a
to
certain
go
way.
their way.
Allegedly. Yeah. Allegedly, speculatory. This is how I feel.
Yeah.
So it's like you get a good politician because I guess I still believe in the dream that is the United States. You know, it's full potential, and it's just been corrupt by business trying to make money and control and a void of morals. But what's funny or what's interesting is, Dave, you're talking about that the guy that goes to church and reads the Bible, but then is like sells out his own people or whatever. And I have like a Bible chat group, and that's what the pastor actually text in that there's a lot of people that read the Bible and know the Bible and and can recite scripture. They know the word, but they're not doing the work of God. And that's like exactly what you said right there. This guy, he goes to church. He's, you know, people would say, he's religious, but really he's not doing any of the work. He's not putting in the works.
Right.
It, some scholars, and I've said, it's, some say it's works alone. No, some say it's faith alone. And then there's other that it's both. It's, you have to have the faith and you have to emulate and go out and do it. And, I think, I don't know how we would get to like I said, we got to get back to knowing that we're like you said, what's right and wrong. There is an objective right and wrong. There's an objective moral code. And I think we all have to get back to it. We've been separated from it. And in my personal opinion, it is God. I mean, I was talking to a friend and I was like, name me one bad thing that would come about your life by following the 10 Commandments. Give me one negative thing that would happen to you if you followed these things. And, like, we got to get back to objective morals and principles. And not, and try, cut out social media. I think that's a brilliant idea. I think you could probably get look at what happened. It was on the internet. It was like 4chan. That actually, do you remember like they started a thing, like an event on 4chan, and they said show up in the Guy Fawkes mask, the V for Vendetta mask, and they were expecting like a couple thousand people worldwide, but it ended up being like 1 million people everywhere, which isn't, I guess, a lot on the globe, but for certain cities, like it was like tons of people. I think it was tens of millions of people across the globe all showed up for this thing, and they thought it was going to be like a prank. Like they're like, or they didn't think it was a prank, but it was like, this isn't going to go anywhere, and it skyrocketed. So I can't remember. There was a documentary on, I think it's on Netflix. That's where it was. It's a documentary on Netflix. Anti-Social Network. That's what it is. On Netflix. You should watch that, Sparky. Because it's pretty good.
Social Dilemma?
No, that's a different one.
Okay.
That is a good one too. And I can't remember what it's called. See, this is it right now. I was doing it. This is how they got you a little program. I'm sitting at a computer, a PC computer, and I'm looking it up on my phone. They got me, and it's sort of like tech. It slowly has merged that this is now an extension of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when we're cooking in the kitchen, Kat will have her laptop having music playing, and then she'll have the computer with the recipe, you know, going through the recipe, you know, and yeah, computers all over the place. It's gonna be hard to get away from them all.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah. Yep.
It was the anonymous group set out, and that's what there was a. I think he's been on the Quite Frankly podcast a few times. I believe his name is Jim Lee, and he was talking about that. Like, where'd they go? Like, because there used to be hackers for good. Like, the anonymous people would put out stuff for good, like the Julian Assange, the Ed Snowden, and then there's the like hacker groups that would do stuff for good. He's like, they just got bought up. They either they got bought out, or they got like, either you work for us or you're going to jail. So then they have all the, they bought all the good hackers.
Now that reminds me of that series. You told me about what was the first name when we first?
I wrote Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot, yes.
That's a great show.
Yeah.
That's got a lot of truth bombs in it.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, let's get into our wrap up. Dave, you got some in the dark stories? In the dark with Dave?
Just nothing big or deep or anything. Just, things that I don't think anyone's really talking about, and you haven't seen articles on it. But if you haven't heard, Tucker Carlson might be up for arrest based on his association with talking to people in the government of Iran before the war had started. This is something that hasn't been coming out yet, but he went on live and was saying that he feels like this is something that is coming to him based on CIA findings that they were piecing together in a case between his texting through some people. He was talking to a foreign government before a war had started with our government. Don't you think people in politics that represent our Congress do the same thing? But he's the one that's going to be arrested? Interesting. We'll see how far that plays out. If you haven't looked up any of that, that's something that is currently going on. Just started earlier in this week. It's there again, not really being pushed on or talked about, because why bring Tucker Carlson in any type of light,
right?
For good or for bad, apparently.
Interesting. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
If you look it up,
why it's in the dark. Dave is bringing it to light.
It's pretty interesting stuff. It gets your mind open to some. Well, not to say your minds are closed here, gentlemen, but to other viewers to open up your minds about what's really going on and what's happening. Again, we spoke earlier, if you are joined us late and you didn't see it, but there's some things that are happening in other nations across the sea that are going on that are similar to what was happening with our border, now into a place of, uprise and a lot of controversy coming from the civil unrest, from these injustices that are going on, that are still going on. This isn't just an America thing. This is a world problem. How do we solve that? And what is the next step for that? What does that look like? We don't hear those talks. We just hear bad guy, good guy. Both of them are in trouble. And let's just shove that into the carpet. Yeah. And now we're good and we're better.
We can't let this happen again. We have to implement new policies, digital ID, social credit score, so we can monitor where people are going for your safety.
All right. It's always for your safety.
And, at one point I was fine with that, with them talking about safety, because that is important, but when you attach that to every little thing, it kind of makes me question, how much do you really want me to be safe and protected?
Right.
Those were just the first two things that I had. I didn't really go deeper this week. I do have some interesting things coming up here for the next episode.
Nice.
that we could dive deep on and possibly create an episode on.
Yeah, we will definitely create an episode.
Yeah.
So let's start with Sparky. Your closing remarks. What would you like to leave our audience with?
I didn't know I had to have a closing remark.
You didn't prepare anything? No, it's all right.
I did
It's your
not.
first podcast. How dare you not prepare
It's his
something?
first
Oh my
podcast.
God, I'm so sorry. No,
And it was short. I invited him on short notice. It was like an hour, like an hour before.
Yeah.
Terrific.
I finally made one. That was
Terrific. Yeah,
thank you for
Terrific.
having me on. Yeah.
that's a great word. I need to start using that more often, and not like, man, did you see that show? It was terrific. Like,
It was
it's an underused word.
terrific.
Yeah, terrific. Terrific. It could be used sarcastically, like, oh yeah, we got another trauma come in. Terrific.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I probably said that before.
That's good. I'm gonna say before I'm gonna close with the daily Bible verse. I wanted to play this clip. Everybody's seen it. Of George Carlin.
That guy
And
is classic.
yeah, he was ahead of the curve, which there was a documentary on HBO Max, a 2-part documentary of him. And he was like in the upper echelon of the rich and wealthy and doing shows for like governors and all this stuff. And he saw what was going on. And then he started changing his comedy to what it turned into. And it was a really good one. He had a funny story in the documentary where him and his like buddies got caught and everybody gave a fake name, but he gave his buddy's name before it, like they were in a line. So he was like number 2 in line, and he gave his buddy who was like 4th in line his name. Like, it's just
That's
funny
great.
stuff.
That's funny.
But this is a great, I'm sure you've heard it, but this is it right here.
But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork, and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back, so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later, because they own this fucking place. It's a big
I'm surprised
club.
they never shut him down.
You ain't in it.
Right? For sure. For sure. They didn't. Yeah, but that's it. It's a big club, and we're not in it. And there's another guy. It was either Heavy Duty Country or Van Halla VFT was like they're all part of the same club. Like Trump is smoozing with Clinton and everybody. They're big club. They're a big club, and we're not in it.
And we're not in it.
You and I are not in the big club. By the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you.
They don't care about you.
No.
They care about you until you lose your usefulness.
Yes.
Like as long as you're producing and consuming and taking what they want, then they care about
how
you.
do you stop everybody from how do you control everybody not to go to work for a week? Like if you could do that, you would cripple the economy. We would cripple the economy.
Yeah, a week, but people are so they got us by the balls that we couldn't not show up.
Yeah.
That's what I said. You could do it. Just do one day,
Right.
a senior skip day where half the country doesn't show up to work.
Fuck you.
Right? That would make an impact. But you wouldn't even get that many because people would be worried about losing their jobs and this and that, and they wouldn't do it. And some people would lose their job, but it's I hate to say it, you got to break a couple eggs to make an omelet.
Like
people
you say,
people just don't want to be me. You lose your job, not me. And it goes back to that lack of. Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah, right.
We got to.
At all. Man, and nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
But they, I think, and this is actually a good quote from Psalms 27:14 of the New King James Version. And it's, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. So, I think we're a little bit ahead of the curve. We can see what, some people, nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. We notice. So, and I think, the Great Awakening, or people are just starting to notice. I don't like using, asleep and awake, or the Great Awakening. It's paying attention or not. It's either paying attention or distracted. And I think we're paying attention.
Yep.
And be of good courage. Like it's going to take courage from a lot of people. Even if we go biblical, when the mark of the beast, all that stuff, in Revelation, the mark of the beast, the splitting away, it's going to take courage and faith for you to be like, no, I'm going to go live out in the woods until this is over. Because we are so comfortable. And that is my closing remarks. Just be of good courage. DT, your closing remarks.
Yeah, I mean, so you can't feel like you're helpless in the society. You're participating, whether you clock in, whether you are disabled, collect a check, however it is that you survive and you have your means, does not mean that there isn't a way or your right to the next chapter, to the next divide. You know, we don't have to be force fed any of that. And there is a way and there is a know-how. We just got to start figuring that pathway out together, because separately, look at what we've gotten. Separately, we haven't been any better than the right or the left. And it's the coming together of one united dream that we will be better together. Unity over politics is something that is what this was founded on. You know, you deserve as much as a right to a piece of property as anybody. You deserve,
Teddy Roosevelt. You deserve a fair shake. Everybody deserves a fair shake.
Yeah.
And if we're not thriving, and you want to claim to be the best country you are, let's not think that big and large of ourselves. Try to think of the best version of you, and wake up, and whatever that needs to empower, wake that up inside of you. And what better time to do it than right now? And so my closing remarks is, use that hidden power, the courage that you had at once to be creative as a young man, a young girl who had those dreams and those imaginations of who you wanted to be, and go for that thing and try now. Peace and love.
Yeah.
Robbie, do you have anything? Have you thought of any closing remarks?
No, I'm just listening to you guys. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. All right. Just make sure your Hulk mode is on. You know? All right. Everybody, make sure you like, subscribe, share the channel. It helps the algorithm, helps us get out there. And check out Dubby. Use promo code Chewing, get 10% off. My Patriot Supply, you know, get yourself, they got little cans, little drums. You can get a little extra just in case, especially here, hurricane season. You never know. Power could be out because of strong storm in Ohio. And you have a little bit of food that you can just make with water. I mean, it's really simple. We had the chili mac, and it was delicious, actually. And
nice.
Next Tuesday, it's on Tuesdays now, 8:30 Eastern Standard. Love to see you there. God bless, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one, don't you stress. Thanks for tuning in, and God bless.